everybody, welcome back to my channel, Fish Den 365. I'm Den Haring, and today I'm going to show you a special modification to a bait. So I have here the Blade Runner spoon. It's a jigging spoon. I'm going to pull it out of the pack. I've already took the hook off of it because we're going to do a modification on the bait, and then we're going to put a different hook on it than what comes with it. So this is the package it comes in. It's a Blade Runner jigging spoon. Hopefully you can see that. And that's what the spoon looks like. Now this one is, the color is, it's a true image shad. It's actually a UV color, and it looks a lot like a shad or an alewife. Real nice pattern. Anyway, we're going to show you a modification that I like to do to this bait that for me catches really big fish. And then after we do the modification, we're going to take it out in the water and put it to the test. So I'll be fishing with my brother, he'll be fishing with a blade bait, and I'll be throwing this, and we'll see how we do fishing the same place at the same time. So I'm going to rearrange the camera right now so that I can show you how to do this modification. So let's go. Okay, so we have my jigging spoon set up here for you to see what we're doing. And so what we want to do is get a drill bit, and you can use an automatic drill or you can use a hand drill like the one I have here. And what we're going to do is we're going to figure out the halfway point on this bait. So I'll just take a ruler here. We'll see what the length of the bait is. So it's 3 inches long from the nose to the tail. So at the 1.5 inch part, 1.5 inch mark, we want to drill a hole in this. And we're going to show you this in just a minute. So that would be right about here. I'm going to move this ruler out of the way. And we're just going to drill a hole in the back of this bait. And I'm going to move it up a little closer to the edge so that I'm not too far down on the bait. Should be good right there. Let me arrange some things here. That ought to help. There we go. And we'll drill it on the hole here. And we're through. Okay, so we'll make sure that drill is going all the way through, and that should leave a little hole right here. Hopefully you can see that hole right on the top of the bait there, at about the halfway point between the nose and the tail. So now what we're going to do is put some hooks on this, but instead of just putting a hook on the back, we're going to put a hook on the front as well. So I'm going to pause this and we'll show you this, what we do here in a minute. So what I have here is 2 EWG size 4 Gamakatsu hooks, and we already have the split rings on the bait, so it's just a simple matter of putting the hook on there. So let's do that. I'm going to put one on the back, and one on the front. There's already split rings on the back and the front, so it makes it a little simpler for me to do the job here. There you go. So now what we have is this, a spoon with a hole here, and what we've done is we've made this a lot like the Sebile Vibrato, which is now the Berkley Vibrato. Berkley must have bought the rights to the Sebile Vibrato, but the advantage of this bait is that it's a bigger bait, therefore I could use larger hooks, And the shape of it is different as well. If I put a snap in here and I let that bait go down, it's going to fall like a spoon. It's going to flutter like a spoon. But when I lift it up, it's going to vibrate very hard, just like a blade bait does. So it's a hybrid between a blade bait and a spoon now. It does both. Falls like a spoon, lifts like a blade bait. And this tends to be a very good fish catcher for me, especially in waters that it works good in clear water, but water that has a little bit of a stain to it, it seems to really shine, because I think it makes a much bigger vibration, not only when you lift it up, but when it's falling. When this thing falls, my rod tip is just vibrating violently as it's falling on a cast. It's just amazing. So I know it's making a lot of vibrations as it's falling, and I've tended to do pretty well with this spoon. So let's take it to the water and test it out. Well, as you can see, my brother and I were out on Spruce Run Reservoir for an afternoon of fishing. He was using the Bass Pro Shops laser blade, which is one of my favorite blade baits, and I was throwing the modified spoon. We both caught fish, but the modified spoon caught some really nice bass, as you can see in the video. A very effective bait. I encourage you to try it sometime. These things are available at Tackle Warehouse. I think you can get them at other tackle outlets as well. I like modifying them. They work good just as a spoon, obviously, but the modification is nice because you get that fall of a spoon, but the reach, when you lift the rod, you get that blade bait vibration as well. And I think this size bait, which is I think 3/4 ounce, really works well when you have a little bit of a stain in the water like Spruce Run Reservoir has. I encourage you to give it a try. Well, if you think this is a good video and you like the information that I'm presenting here, please give me the thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Comment, let me know what you think of the video, of this bait, of the whole idea. It's always good to get your comments. I deeply appreciate everybody watching the channel, watching the videos, commenting, giving good feedback. It's much appreciated. Hope to see you guys on the water. And as always, may God bless your fishing endeavors.